Welcome to Mr. Moros, your go-to channel for spine-chilling tales, mysterious legends, and true crime stories that will leave you questioning reality. If you love exploring the dark, the unexplained, and the terrifying, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who love a good scare. Now, let's dive into today's story. You've heard of the Winchester Mystery House, but do you know the truth behind its bizarre construction? Was it really built to confuse ghosts, or is there a more logical explanation? Let's uncover the secrets that have been hidden for over a century. Picture this: a sprawling mansion with staircases that lead nowhere, doors opening to blank walls, and windows that peer into other rooms. This isn't a funhouse. It's the Winchester Mystery House. As I stepped inside, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The air felt heavy, charged with an energy I couldn't explain. At the center of this architectural nightmare is Sarah Winchester, a widow with a dark obsession. They say she built this house to appease angry spirits, but is that really true? I've spent years investigating the paranormal, but nothing could have prepared me for what I discovered here. Is the Winchester Mystery House truly haunted, or is there a rational explanation for its mind-bending design? Stick around, because the truth might just be more shocking than any ghost story you've ever heard. To understand the Winchester Mystery House, we need to step back in time and explore its origins. The story begins not with haunted halls, but with the thunderous roar of gunfire across the American frontier. The Winchester Repeating Arms Company was founded in 1866, and it quickly became a powerhouse in the firearms industry. Their claim to fame? The Winchester rifle, often called the gun that won the West. This wasn't just a catchy slogan, it was a harsh reality. The Winchester rifle played a significant role in shaping the American West, for better or worse. Picture the dusty streets of frontier towns, the vast open plains, and the rugged mountain passes. In all these places, the Winchester rifle left its mark. It was prized by settlers, lawmen, and outlaws alike for its reliability and rapid-fire capability. The company's success was built on innovation, but also on the brutal reality of westward expansion and countless lives lost. As the Winchester name became synonymous with firearms, the family's wealth grew exponentially. By the late 1800s, they were among the richest families in America. But as we've seen time and time again, money doesn't shield you from tragedy. Enter Sarah Winchester, born Sarah Pardee. She married William Wirt Winchester, the heir to the Winchester fortune, in 1862. For a while, life seemed perfect. They had wealth, status, and in 1866, a daughter named Annie. But their happiness was short-lived. Annie died just a few weeks after birth from a mysterious childhood disease called marasmus. The loss devastated Sarah, and it was a wound that would never fully heal. But fate wasn't done with her yet. In March 1881, William Winchester died of tuberculosis. In the span of 15 years, Sarah had lost both her child and her husband. She was left alone, heir to a vast fortune and a legacy built on death. Imagine the weight of that inheritance. The sleepless nights, the endless questions. Was it all worth it? The money, the status, all built on a foundation of lives cut short by Winchester rifles. It's not hard to see how these events could push someone to the brink. This is where our story takes a turn into the realm of the supernatural. According to legend, Sarah, consumed by grief and guilt, sought answers from the spirit world. She traveled to Boston to consult a medium, hoping to find some peace or understanding. What happened in that dimly lit room in Boston? We can only speculate, but the story goes that the medium delivered a chilling message. Supposedly, the spirit of William Winchester himself spoke through the medium, warning Sarah of a terrible curse on the family. The curse, he said, was the vengeance of all those killed by Winchester rifles. Their restless spirits were angry, seeking retribution against the family that profited from their deaths. It's a terrifying thought. Imagine being haunted not just by one ghost, but by thousands, all united in their thirst for revenge. But William's spirit didn't just bring bad news. He also offered a solution, a way for Sarah to appease these angry spirits and possibly save herself from their wrath. The prescription? Build a house. Not just any house, but a never-ending construction project that would serve as a home for these restless souls. The instructions were specific and strange. Sarah was told to move west and start building. As long as construction never ceased, she would be safe from the curse. But if hammers fell silent, if the sound of saws and nails stopped echoing through the halls, the spirits would claim her life. It's a fantastical story, almost too bizarre to believe. But whether Sarah truly believed in this curse or not, what happened next is undeniable historical fact. In 1884, Sarah Winchester moved to California and began one of the most unusual construction projects in American history. She purchased an unfinished farmhouse in Santa Clara Valley and immediately set to work. But this wasn't your typical home renovation. Sarah embarked on a building spree that would last for 38 years, right up until her death in 1922. The result was the sprawling, labyrinthine structure we now know as the Winchester Mystery House, a mansion that defies logic, with its staircases to nowhere, doors that open onto blank walls, and windows that look into other rooms. At its peak, it stood 7 stories high and contained 160 rooms, though earthquakes and remodeling have since reduced its size. But why? Why would a woman spend nearly 4 decades and millions of dollars on a house that seems designed to confuse and disorient? Was it really all to appease angry spirits? Some say Sarah was driven by a genuine fear of ghosts, constantly adding to the house to confuse and trap them. Others suggest she was racked with guilt over the Winchester rifle's deadly legacy and saw the endless construction as a form of penance. There are those who believe Sarah was simply eccentric, her bizarre building choices the result of architectural ignorance and unchecked wealth. And still others point to more practical reasons, like keeping local workers employed during tough economic times. The truth, as is often the case, probably lies somewhere in the middle. Sarah Winchester was a complex woman who lived through tremendous loss and inherited a fortune built on a foundation of death. Whether driven by supernatural fear, guilt, eccentricity, or a combination of factors, she created something truly unique. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the Winchester house, we'll explore these theories and more. We'll walk its twisting hallways, climb its senseless staircases, and peer through its perplexing windows. And maybe, just maybe, we'll catch a glimpse of what drove Sarah Winchester to create this architectural enigma. But before we step inside, let's consider this. What if the real haunting isn't about ghosts at all? What if the true spirits that plagued Sarah Winchester were guilt, grief, and the weight of her family's bloody legacy? Sometimes the monsters in our minds can be far more terrifying than any supernatural entity. The Winchester Mystery House isn't just known for its bizarre architecture. It's also infamous for its alleged supernatural activity. Visitors and staff have reported eerie experiences that add to the mansion's mystique. Some claim to have seen spectral figures roaming the halls, while others describe unexplained cold spots and the sensation of being watched. One frequent report involves the sound of phantom footsteps echoing through empty corridors. Staff members have recounted instances of doors slamming shut on their own and lights flickering without explanation. These occurrences have fueled speculation about restless spirits tied to the Winchester legacy. But are these ghostly encounters real, or is there a more rational explanation? Skeptics argue that the power of suggestion plays a significant role in these experiences. When visitors enter the Winchester Mystery House, they're primed to expect something supernatural. This expectation, combined with the mansion's eerie atmosphere and strange design, can lead people to interpret ordinary occurrences as paranormal activity. The house's creaky floorboards, drafty rooms, and maze-like layout contribute to an unsettling ambiance. In such an environment, it's easy for the imagination to run wild. A sudden temperature change might be attributed to a ghostly presence rather than the house's poor insulation. The sound of settling wood could be mistaken for spectral footsteps. Marketing also plays a crucial role in perpetuating the Winchester Mystery House's supernatural reputation. The mansion's management has leaned heavily into the haunted narrative, offering night tours and seance experiences. These promotional tactics tap into people's fascination with the paranormal, drawing in curious visitors seeking a brush with the otherworldly. The house's connection to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company adds another layer to its spooky allure. The idea that the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles might haunt the mansion is a compelling narrative. It's a story that captures the imagination and draws people in, regardless of its veracity. Despite years of investigation, no concrete evidence of supernatural activity has ever been found at the Winchester Mystery House. Ghost hunters and paranormal researchers have conducted numerous studies, but their findings remain inconclusive. Yet the absence of proof hasn't diminished the house's popularity or its reputation as a haunted location. In truth, the Winchester Mystery House doesn't need ghosts to be fascinating. Its bizarre architecture, born from Sarah Winchester's grief and superstition, is captivating enough on its own. The house stands as a testament to one woman's attempt to make sense of tragedy and find purpose in the face of loss. Thank you for watching today's episode on Mr. Moros. If you enjoyed the story, please give the video a thumbs up and share it with someone who loves the thrill of a good mystery. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a spine-tingling tale. If you have any suggestions or stories you'd like to hear, leave a comment below. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep exploring the unknown. See you in the next video.